have been released. They're good. Yeah, and they're safe and sound. Guys were like, what? Brazil, what are you talking about? Now, the latest story is this one of Juja MP George Koimburi, who was yesterday captured by unknown individuals outside a church in Kiambu County, just hours after his supporters demanded the security agencies reveal the MP's whereabouts. Now, he was apparently arrested, quote unquote, while leaving the church in Murgor, and his wife was injured during that whole scuffle. Crazy video that shows how the guy was tackled. But even what's so sad is another footage is trending right now in the country, and it shows how the MP was found dumped at a coffee plantation in Kiambu County. Very, very sad stuff, you guys. And I checked that video, I was just like, oh my God. You know, first of all, the MP looked like he was in serious pain, and then his clothes were torn. I feel like he was even drugged, to be honest. Yeah, because it's like he didn't even know where he was, right? Yeah, so that was crazy torture. It was mad torture. He could have easily lost his life, right? But for me, I'm just saying this. We've gotten to a point in this country where things are getting out of hand. Like, you would imagine that it's only regular Kenyans who are abducted. I remember just some time back when the MP from Kasipul lost his life due to the drive-by shooting. And then there was a member of parliament who was like, oh, you know, not even one, by the way, it was a couple. They were saying how government needs to beef up the security of members of parliament. And I was like, yeah, because, you know, we're at a situation where right now anybody can be victimized, regardless of your position in society. And I'm really worried about this trend. Yeah, and another thing that I've noticed is that if you have an opposing opinion, if you seem to oppose Gava's policies, somehow you call out the presidency or whatever, somehow something's going to happen to you. You know what I mean? Especially if you're affiliated to, you know, deputy president. We're seeing a lot of things happening, right? So this is really bad. And I'm very worried, especially now as we're approaching the general elections. Yani Kenyans, were so damn political. These things you'd imagine that they stopped happening. These are things for 19th June. Right? We keep on talking about how we are a progressive nation, but are we really? We're not. We just aren't. This is a criminal state. It's very, very sad whatever happened to the member of parliament of Juja. And then I'm also reading over here that the family has confirmed that the MP is currently being treated at Plains View Hospital near Ruiru town. The DCI has, however, denied any involvement in the abduction, although it confirmed that Koimburi has been sought since Friday in connection with alleged land fraud and misuse of Constituency Development Fund. Are you seeing what's happening? Yeah, so now, the missus to the MP expressed frustration over the situation, noting previous occasions when authorities took her husband's phone and vehicle during investigations, but failed to provide clarity on his whereabouts. Now, before we get back into the music, I also want to say one thing. You know, it's interesting how, if you check the conversations online, Kenyans are they no longer empathize with this situation. Well, it's only very few Kenyans who do. Now we have a situation where Kenyans, just regular citizens, right, are outrightly against the political class. But now guys are saying, whatever happens, as we don't care, and it's not a good place to be in as a country. So we'll talk about many of the trending stories on that hashtag Spice Drive. And remember, you can actually call me up and react to some of our stories on 0719012600. Jimmy, give me reggae.
Hey, you are listening to The Spice Drive, only on 94.4 Spice FM, Nairobi.